In our birth chart, the Black Moon Lilith represents the traits within us that we feel the most ashamed of and are not accepted by society, and so we hide them. But not only does Lilith represent the part of us that we feel ashamed of, but it's also the placement where we hold some of our greatest talents and powers. So in this video, I am breaking down everything that you need to know about having your Black Moon Lilith in the sign of Pisces in your birth chart so that you can overcome your shame and step into your greatest powers. Hello and welcome back to the Be the Hero channel. My name is Isabelle and I help you understand who you are using personality typing and astrology, because I was the kind of person who did not understand themselves for the life of them and felt often confused and frustrated on my direction in life because I didn't know my desires or what my sense of identity was. Then I discovered the Myers-Briggs, the Enneagram, my birth chart, and so much more. And for the first time in my life, I knew who I was and I knew what my desires were. So now I'm here to teach you about these things so you can understand yourself too and enjoy the process. Now, before I dive into what it means to have your Lilith in the sign of Pisces, hit the link in the description below to get your very own, drumroll please, My Horoscope Made Me Do It hoodie. I'm absolutely loving my Horoscope Made Me Do It hoodie so much. It is so insanely comfortable and it lets the world know that yes, I'm crazy. I'm one of those people who believes in astrology. But, you gotta share your craziness with the world at this point. So hit the link in the description below to get your very own, and we can match. In this video, I'm covering everything you need to know about Lilith in the sign of Pisces. But before I dive into this aspect, let's talk about what Lilith is, because when I started learning about Lilith, I was extremely confused on what that aspect was. Is it the same as Black Moon Lilith? Is it different from just Lilith? Am I looking at the wrong aspect? Is this the right one? I'm confused. To cut to the conclusion, yes, you are looking at the right video. Keep watching. The Black Moon Lilith is a very popular aspect in astrology. And in your birth chart, it'll be represented by a black moon with a cross underneath it. If you see this aspect in your chart and you see that it's in Pisces, or if you're reading your birth chart and you're seeing that it says Lilith or Black Moon in Pisces, then this is the aspect that you're looking for, and this is what I'll be talking about in this video. The Black Moon Lilith represents in our chart the parts of ourselves that we feel most ashamed of, but it also holds our greatest powers. A little bit of background on the aspect of Lilith, that the story behind it, from my understanding, is Lilith was the first wife of Adam. And she was a very powerful woman. She was very assertive, yet feminine and masculine all at the same time. She was very independent and didn't need Adam to do anything for her. She was basically Z-snap, independent woman. And while these were powerful and strong traits to hold, and she was a very wonderful woman, she was not quite passive enough for Adam. And so what did they do? They threw her out of the world and replaced her with a much more passive and feminine Eve. So Lilith in our chart represents this part of us that was one of our greatest powers, that kept us feeling great, that led us well in life. But at some point or another, we were taught that to be like that is not okay. So especially in early childhood, we embraced our Lilith traits, but at some point in our childhood, we were taught, don't be like that. Lilith, just the name Lilith alone, is another aspect in our chart that is much less popular, but also still existent. So there's a very high chance that you're trying to learn about Black Moon Lilith, but do keep in mind that there's a much smaller, less prominent aspect in all of our birth charts that is simply just Lilith. Pisces is the 12th and final sign in the zodiac wheel, and it represents the final step in our hero's journey. At the same time, what I love about Pisces is that while they are the last step in the zodiac, they almost act as a preface chapter in our lives. They are almost the beginning before we get to Aries, because Pisces is simultaneously connected to the cosmos, the highest vibration, and yet at the same time is often associated with being in the womb. And this shows how every journey leads into one another. The beginning is the end, and at our very beginning, we are at the state of when we reach the very end, pure and whole. Pisces is a water sign and is known for their very gentle, soft, and sensitive nature. Not only are these people just soft and sensitive in the most stereotypical sense, but they are so sensitive because they are connected to the frequencies of the earth unlike any other person is. The Pisces is known for being connected to the 5D in many senses. They are seeing beyond the material world and connecting with frequency. So this is why Pisces is often said to be an empath. This is why whenever we have Pisces in our chart, they are said to be sensitive to other people's energies, surroundings. They have trouble setting boundaries because they are so connected to the frequencies of others and the world that they can't help but let themselves be taken over by it. And this is, in a way, in very many ways, a gift for Pisces because their desire in the end is to be a part of the flow. Hence why Pisces is represented by the fish. Pisces, above all else, wants to be in the flow of energy. They want to maintain a state of harmony in their life, and they want to be connected to the frequencies of unconditional love. So whenever we have Pisces somewhere in our chart, we become gentle, empathic, not empathetic, empathic, meaning that we feel others' energies, compassionate, sensitive, and imaginative and creative. Because Pisces is so connected to the frequencies of the world and they stay in this dream reality, they become highly creative people. Pisces' role in the zodiac also comes after Aquarius. And in Aquarius, this is where we go, I need to help the world, I want to help the collective, and I see doing so by upholding idealistic standards and helping people embrace who they are. Pisces wants to help the world by being creative. They see inspiration and love as the greatest way to heal the world. And this is a gift of Pisces, and without Pisces, we would never learn what it feels like to be unconditionally loved, or in a way, to be inspired. So what does it mean to have this soft and sensitive sign of Pisces as our Lilith? People with a Black Moon Lilith in their chart, in the sign of Pisces, tend to be, in childhood, someone who is very soft and sensitive. They feel that they just want to stay in their imaginary world. They love to be creative. They're very caring and kind. They're very gentle souls who are purely happy just being in their own reality of daydreaming, creating, and having the security of their parents. But at some point in their life, they were taught that to be soft, sensitive, and creative is not okay. And so they repress this part of themselves and don't allow themselves to embrace their inner softness. Pisces energy is a very hard energy to have this day and age because we are a very critical society. There are gifts. I'm not completely hating on society here. After all, I love being alive and I love being in this world. But to have strong Pisces energy in this world can pose a challenge because Pisces wants to be soft and sensitive, and generally they are so idealistic and that see things in such a rose-tinted view that to be aware of the harshness of reality can be hard, and the world can be hard on them in return because the world does demand discipline, it demands hard efforts, it demands you be guarded and strong at times. So people, especially with a Lilith in Pisces, felt somewhere in their childhood that they were being just their soft and sensitive and delicate self, and that they were taught, don't be like that or you will be abandoned. You'll be thrown out of the world. You will be in danger. So now these people repress these sides of themselves. Lilith in Pisces is also a highly forgiving person. They're someone who has endless amounts of unconditional love to offer the world if they want to. But people with Lilith and Pisces felt that it was not okay to be forgiving at some point in their lives, maybe because they were harmed for it, or maybe because they were judged by a parent, peer, teacher, or society for being so forgiving. And so now they have all this unconditional love, this side of them that wants to just connect to dreams and imagination, to be idealistic, see life as beautiful, but they repress it because they feel that they are not allowed to embrace it. Lilith energy demands that it be expressed. So when we do not overcome our shame and embrace the energy in the positive, Lilith gets expressed in the negative. I think of it as they're trying to get to their destination by back roads means. And so for Lilith and Pisces, more than anything, they just want to connect to frequency. They want to be unconditionally loving, in a state of flow and harmony with energy. They just want to be in their imagination in the dream world. But because they feel that they cannot do that, Lilith in Pisces tries to connect with this spiritual energy through avoidance. And so these people can become very disconnected from reality, or feel that there's this disconnect from reality, because they are trying to maintain the state of flow and harmony by avoiding everything entirely. This can also make them pushovers, so to say, where they let people walk all over them and mistreat them because they're just trying to maintain positivity. So you're probably watching this video and going, yes, that sounds like my Lilith, and I can feel my feelings of shame even just being triggered as you're saying this, because I know that those are things I feel guilty for. So what do? As I recommend for every single Lilith sign, first and foremost, Lilith and Pisces, go back to your childhood by reflecting, meditating, whatever means you want to do so, and think about that time in childhood and try to pinpoint that moment where you felt that you were not allowed to be soft and sensitive. What point did a parent or a teacher or a peer or some form of authority figure tell you that you're not allowed to be soft? Write about this memory, think about it, and imagine yourself as an adult going back to your childhood self and telling them it is okay to be this way. Secondly, once you've done that inner child healing, start focusing on embracing this unconditionally loving and sensitive side of you. I always say that whenever we have, or wherever we have Pisces somewhere in our chart, we become an emotional, soft little marshmallow. And as someone who has Pisces energy themselves, I've learned to do this as well. So not just hating on Pisces energy, if that sounds like an insult. I think after all, Pisces is some of the most beautiful energy that we can have. So if you have a Lilith in Pisces, try to embrace that emotional, sensitive little marshmallow side of yourself. How can you allow yourself to be more delicate, be more gentle? How can you allow yourself to be more sensitive and unconditionally loving? I hope this you extend this unconditional love towards yourself first, because you are the person most deserving of your unconditional love. But also just focus on trying to see life again through that rose-tinted view in the healthiest sense possible. Pisces, in the end, is a dreamer. And so bringing some of that dreamer mentality back into your life is how you heal your Lilith. And Lilith has a lot to do with spirituality. So maybe cultivating a spiritual practice would be very healing for you as a Lilith in Pisces. Get into meditating, do more yoga. Whatever connects you with frequency in the end is your goal. Again, Pisces wants to be, as the fish, part of the flow. So what gets you into the flow with the most harmonious, loving frequencies that you can feel? Try making space. If you're surrounded by negative frequencies all the time, you might need to connect to nature more, spend more time in solitude, write more poetry and be creative. These are all ways that you can practice embracing your Lilith energy, because Lilith is about connecting with the frequencies, and they do this through many means. So you could do that through being in nature. You could do that through a spiritual practice, meditating and yoga. You could simply spend time in solitude, or you could be creative, because again, Pisces loves beautiful things, and Pisces does so by being artistic. So maybe connecting with a creative hobby you had in childhood, or picking up a new creative hobby, could be extremely healing for you. And one last note on the Lilith and Pisces is look at the house your Lilith and Pisces is in. Not only is your Lilith in a sign, but it's also in a house. So the house will tell you where you feel the shame the most. For example, if you have a Lilith and Pisces in your 4th house, you in childhood really wanted to be soft and sensitive around your parent figures and in your home, and you need to reconnect to that sensitivity and cultivate a sense of home more, a healthy relationship with it. If you have a Lilith and Pisces in your 7th house, you want to be soft and sensitive and a hopeless romantic in your love life. So form that kind of relationship with your partner where you get to open up and be soft and sensitive. The list can go on. I could tell you about each aspect, but just leave a comment below and tell me what house your Lilith in Pisces is in, and I will tell you a little bit about what that means. If you want to learn more, we can book a 30-minute reading. If this video helped you understand what it means to have your Lilith in the sign of Pisces in your birth chart, let me know in those comments below. And again, let me know what house your Lilith in Pisces is in. While you're down there, if you have not yet already, if you're a subscriber at Be the Hero, you've probably already grabbed this workbook, but if you are a newcomer, hit the link in the description below to get your free birth chart workbook so that you can understand the basics of your birth chart using journal prompts. These are journal prompts that I've personally used to start understanding my chart, and not just understand it, because I was the kind of person who read everything about my chart, including every tiny little planet and point, and understood it all, but I didn't understand how to apply any of it. The birth chart workbook is free and it takes less than 15 minutes to do the whole thing, and by the end you'll understand how to live in alignment with your soul's unique energetic imprint. Link is in the description below. If you love workbooks and courses, then you need to check out the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle, where we have all 30 of our workbooks available for only $30. So every single workbook and course that we have created on mindfulness, Enneagram, astrology, and so much more is available in this bundle for $1 each. And when you get the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle, you get access to any new exclusive workbooks that we launched. As an example, I just launched the Simple Guide to Astrology Signs and Houses that walks you through understanding each zodiac sign and house simply and fully so that you can master astrology as well and never be confused by a transit again. So you get unlimited exclusive access to these workbooks for the rest of your life when you get the Making Mindfulness Fun bundle. So grab it now while I'm still offering it, because I don't know how long I'm going to offer it for, since it is absolutely insane that I'm offering all 30 of our workbooks and courses for only $30. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This wraps up my series on Lilith through the signs. Let me know what aspect in astrology you want to hear about next in the comments below, and I will film that shortly. Once again, my name is Isabelle. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned for more videos breaking down astrology. Thank you for watching. From my heart to yours, namaste.